Sing that shit.
But before I hop right into it, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, SeatGeek. Now, I know you guys have already heard of this app, but if you haven't, I would highly recommend that you go check it out. SeatGeek is an app that takes all the confusion out of buying a ticket. Be it a game, concert, Broadway show, whatever the occasion may be, they got you. And they even give you a out of 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or a bad deal. Green good, red bad. And if you're still kind of iffy on it, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. And there will be a link to it in the description box below. And remember, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you will get $20 off your first purchase. So go check them out. So it's always sad to see one of the NBA greats go, but you know, it's part of the game. And during the past few years, I've also experienced some notable greats enter the twilight years of their career. For example, Kobe going out with 60, Paul Pierce, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. You know, it's all part of the game. And although it does suck to see him go, but the best part about it is just looking back to see how far they came, especially if you were a fan. It's not all about how you started, but how you finished. But with that being said, today I'm going to be talking about 4 NBA legends who could retire after this next NBA season.
1.7 to play. What kind of look is it going to be? It comes into the corner for the win. Yes! Yes! Do you believe it? Vince Carter gets it done for the Mavericks.
Number 1, Vince Carter. Now, after signing with the Atlanta Hawks this offseason, Vince Carter has stated that he's 90% sure that he's gonna call it a quits after this next season. Now, looking back, Vince Carter has had a pretty solid NBA career. Was an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, and he's also infamously known for that 2000 NBA dunk contest. He's relatively known as one of the best dunkers of all time. He's also brought a lot of success to franchises like the Toronto Raptors and the New Jersey Nets and even the Orlando Magic. In his prime years, he was one of the best scorers in the NBA, putting up averages of 20+ points a game, and mixed with his athleticism and talent, he was just a fun player to watch. Although you could make a case that he did underachieve because he only made it to the conference finals once in his career, and he didn't get any high MVP votings throughout his career. But he'll still go down as one of the most iconic players that we've ever seen, and I'd like to see him go out with at least 1 ring before he retired, but he doesn't seem like the ring chasing type of guy.
Don't like the possession getting off to this sort of confusion. Part of the mystery. It's very intriguing and exciting.
Let's go. Get it. There we go.
Defensive play by Devin Harris. Got the ball back for Dallas on the turnover by Alec Burks. Now it's Barnes. Barnes against Joe Johnson. A step back to tie the game. It's short, but it falls to Dirk. He can tie it. Right place, right time.
Number 2, Dirk Nowitzki. Now, Dirk earlier this offseason re-signed with the Dallas Mavericks for a 2-year, $10 million deal. Although he did say he planned to play both seasons, but you never know, especially at the age that he's at and where the Mavs as a team is moving on forward, because minds can change during a season quickly. But it's hard to imagine Mark Cuban not allowing him to come back for his last season. But even if he does retire, Dirk will go down as one of the best big men to have ever played in the NBA. We're talking about a player that was known for having the most unstoppable fadeaway in the NBA. We're talking about a player that was a 13-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, 1-time MVP, an NBA champion, and a Finals MVP, and a 20+ point scorer in his prime, and brought the Mavericks a lot of success. And Dirk also helped contributed in changing the modern NBA, as he was relatively the first big to come in the NBA and start shooting threes. And now we're seeing all these modern day big men spacing the floor. And in the 2010-2011 season, Dirk also helped lead the Mavericks to one of the best championship runs in NBA history against LeBron in the Miami Heat. Dirk's legacy will never be forgotten, and he's also a part of the 30K+ plus career point club, joining NBA legends such as Kobe, Kareem, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Karl Malone, and all those other great NBA legends. Dirk is surely a first ballot Hall of Famer, and it's gonna suck not seeing him play in the NBA anymore if he does retire. The man has had a phenomenal career.
And here it comes. Dwayne Wade into the offensive end with a game hanging in the balance.
And you're down one, you got to try to score, shoot as soon as possible to give yourself a chance at an offensive rebound or call timeout.
Wade against Simmons. 7 seconds left. Forces one up and scores. It was a tough shot. It was a great shot. 102, 101, 5.9 to play.
Number 3, Dwayne Wade, the Flash. So Dwayne Wade is going to be questionable on this list due to the fact that he is still a free agent. There's been many conflicting reports stating that he might return and that he might not return. But one thing that's for sure is that he's staying in Miami no matter what. And let's say he does end up returning for one more season. Don't get me wrong, I still think Dwayne Wade has a lot left in the tank, but I think that he might want to go in a different direction, meaning he might not get as many opportunities, and due to the fact that he only wants to play with the Heat for the rest of his career, he might just retire. There's also been some reports stating that the Heat isn't giving Wade the offers that he would like. Dwayne Wade also stated that he's been thinking about the idea of retirement, especially soon. But whatever the case may be, Dwayne Wade has had a phenomenal NBA career. He's a 12-time All-Star, 1-time scoring champ, 3-time NBA champ, 8-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive Team, and a Finals MVP. We're talking about a player which many people views him as the 3rd best shooting guard of all time, behind Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Like, that's some elite company. And in his prime, Dwayne Wade was viewed as one of the best scorers in the NBA and was able to lead the Heat as a franchise to a lot of success. And at only the age of 24, he was able to lead the Heat with Shaq to their first NBA title. Like, that's pretty impressive. And as of right now, many Heat fans views him as the best player to have ever played in a Miami Heat's jersey. So overall, Dwayne Wade has had an amazing NBA career, and in his prime he was one of the most exciting players to watch with his pure athleticism and his elite post game. Being viewed as the 3rd best shooting guard of all time, he is surely a first ballot Hall of Famer. Although, it would have been nice if he could have obtained at least one MVP during his career. I definitely think there were a couple seasons where he deserved it, but nevertheless, he has had an amazing NBA career, and if he does end up retiring, it's gonna suck to see him go because he was one of my favorite players to watch, and he's also one of my favorite players of all time.
Ginobili with the board. And another valuable possession. There's a 3-second difference between the shot and game clock, so the Celtics with a chance to get it back. 10 on the shot clock for Ginobili. Aldridge with the screen. He resets it. Ginobili for the lead. Yes! Manu!
Number 4, Manu Ginobili. Now, Manu Ginobili is going to be another questionable player on this list due to the fact that he hasn't made his decision official just yet. Although there's also been numerous reports and signs hinting at a return for one more season, and I believe if he does return, that this next NBA season will be his last season due to his age and longevity in the NBA. Now, for being the 57th pick in the NBA draft and almost going undrafted, Manu Ginobili was able to build himself an impressive NBA career. Manu Ginobili was a 2-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champ, 1-time Sixth Man of the Year. He was able to mold himself to being one of the best players in the NBA with the San Antonio Spurs. Although throughout his career, he wasn't this dominant scoring force to be reckoned with, and actually he came off the bench for most of his career, and he never averaged more than 20 points throughout his career. But his career was never built around being this dominant star player. He played his role and he was never asked to be the main scorer for the Spurs. But with that being said, he will still go down as one of the best 2 guards to have ever played in the NBA. Although not being the main scorer for his team doesn't mean he was this bad scorer. Manu Ginobili in his prime could score using a plethora of creative methods. He was the first player to utilize the Euro step, which is commonly seen in today's NBA by so many modern NBA players, and he was also a well-rounded and skilled player who could shoot, pass, dribble, and defend. He sacrificed a lot, and because of that, he was able to help lead the Spurs to many titles, being a huge factor for them in the playoffs. Manu Ginobili is the perfect example of a player who was all in it for the team and not for himself, while maintaining a competitive spirit. And fun fact, Manu Ginobili has never missed a playoff game throughout his career. Manu Ginobili is for sure a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I will miss his creative and different approach to the game. His legacy will be remembered, and he will go down as one of the best Spurs to have ever played. But with that being said, that is all I got for you guys today, and let me know down in the comment section below, which player will you miss the most? But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe for more NBA content. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.